is up, you guys? Gold Pony here today in the 2017 Lexus ES 350, courtesy of Bobby Ray Hall Lexus in Mechanicsburg, PA. And so let me jump right into this one. And so starting with pricing, the 2017 ES 350 is going to start at $38,900. Powering this one is going to be a 3.5 liter V6, putting out 268 horsepower and 248 pound-feet of torque, propelling the car to 60 in around 7.1 seconds with a top speed of 130 miles per hour. That power is going to be sent to the front wheels through a 6-speed sequential shift automatic transmission. And here's the really cool part on this one is miles per gallon are going to come in at 21 in city, 30 on the highway using premium fuel. And as far as visibility goes, I got a big old rear window back there, so visibility is perfect as you guys can see there. Side visibility is great as well. And of course in that side mirror there's the lane departure warning system, so if there's a car next to me, I'm not going to turn into them because the side mirror doesn't want me to. But anyways, another thing I want to mention on this one is there is a few different drive modes, which is a heck of a lot of fun. And by the way, the button for those drive modes is going to be located right in front of the shifter there. It is a silver knob. If you push it in, you're going to have the normal driving mode. That's going to be for everyday driving, of course. There is also Eco, which is going to alter the throttle response and climate settings for better efficiency, better miles per gallon, of course. But then there is the fun one. So if you turn it to the right, there is the sport driving mode. And so that's going to add a red hue on the gauge cluster, but also that's going to adjust the throttle response and the steering sensitivity for a much heavier steering feel, and therefore more of a direct response in the steering when you're going around turns. So anyways, now that we have it in sport mode here, let me do a quick little acceleration. Let's see how quickly the ES 350 here can get up to speed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I went into this thinking that this car doesn't have all-wheel drive. It's not going to be able to get the traction it needs, and it's not going to accelerate all that quick. But I was freaking wrong, because although this is front-wheel drive, when I hit the gas, this thing pulled really hard, and it was a very quick acceleration. I was very impressed. Wasn't expecting that, I gotta say. But now let's go through a couple turns here. Let's test out the handling. And so this one's gonna have a little longer wheelbase, and when that's coupled with high tensile steel and lightweight aluminum components, and of course there's a sport driving mode as well, but putting all those together, that definitely gives this one an advantage when it comes to handling. So definitely no complaints from me when it comes to handling in the ES. I'm having fun in this one. Anyways, enough of the driving characteristics for now. Let's check out the exterior. And so to start up front, the aerodynamics of the EX are actually designed for a super low drag coefficient, which of course leads to a much quieter ride. And of course, adding to that, it also reduces cabin noise and increases fuel efficiency as well. But then anyways, up front, there is going to be the spindle front grille. Definitely looks good. Then to the sides, there are LED daytime running lights and LED headlamps. They both come standard on the ES. But then swinging around to the side, there are body colored side mirrors with integrated turn signals. And as far as the wheel setup goes, 17-inch alloy wheels come standard on this one. However, there of course are optional 18-inch wheels. But then swinging around to the back, there are LED tail lamps back there. Again, they come standard. And there is a dual exhaust setup. So as always, here is that exhaust clip. Since we're around back when it comes to cargo capacity, that's going to come in at an awesome 15.2 cubic feet. That is a ton of space. Then as far as rear seat legroom goes in the back, that actually comes in at 40 inches. You always see cars in the 30s, but this one comes in at 40, so kudos to Lexus for making that much rear seat legroom. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had going on back there. Definitely plenty for me. And of course, there is a full down rear armrest with cup holders for the rear passengers as well. And I don't want to forget there is a rear ventilation back there as well. So the rear passengers should be completely comfortable back there. Then anyways, moving up to the front, there are 10-way power adjustable front seats. They are leather wrapped and they do come heated. That is all standard. There is a tilt and telescoping steering wheel that is power adjustable. And I do have the wood finish on this one. I love wood finishes on steering wheels. Definitely add some extra luxury to this one. And the best part about wood trim is it's never the same in each car. There's always a different pattern, a different design within the wood. So each ES 350 is going to be a little different just based on that. And I think that is awesome. But anyways, moving on to the startup, all you need to do is put your foot on the brake, press the engine start button. In case you guys are curious, this is what the key setup looks like. There is lock, unlock, and you can pop the rear trunk as well. The other side, you got your Lexus emblem, of course. Anyways, keep that in your pocket or put it wherever you want in the car. Press that engine start button, and then upon startup, the gauges are going to come in a black and white finish. The ES logo is going to display in the center there. That's pretty cool. And between the tachometer and speedometer, there's a couple different things you can scroll through as well, like, of course, your average miles per gallon, how many miles you have left until you hit empty. There's going to be an eco indicator to let you know how you're driving at any given time. There's also your tire pressure monitoring system for each individual tire. So if one tire is running a little low, you know which one to fill up. And also, if you scroll to the right there, there's going to be your compass. Also, you can choose to display your audio settings, and there is also safety information up there as well if you wanted it. Then anyways, moving on to overall interior quality here. I will say I love the different colored leather setup on this one, along with the wood trim. The lighter color contrast with the darker color definitely looks good. Definitely a good combination. I'm digging it. And I will say a power moonroof does come standard on the ES, but this one does have the panorama glass roof as well. So not only the front passengers have a view of the sky, but those rear seat passengers have their own individual moonroof as well. So that's pretty freaking cool if you ask me. And of course, I like the black look on the exterior on the top of the car as well. It's always been a pretty cool design, at least to me. But anyways, I do want to mention one package when it comes to the interior. There's one called the Ultra Luxury Package for $3,500. That includes the panorama glass roof. It also includes a power rear sunshade, ambient lighting for the interior, perforated leather with cooled seats, and of course the wood trim. And if you did go with that package, I did want to let you know the button for that rear sunshade is actually located in front of the shifter, right next to the heated steering wheel button. So if you press that, you got your rear sunshade in the back there. It's pretty freaking cool. And so, but anyways, moving on to the tech. Up front, I do want to say there is a navigation package that goes for $1,470. This one does have it. So we do have the navigation up here front and center. There is also the Mark Levinson premium audio system that does come with navigation too, by the way, but that goes for $2,590. That comes with an 8-inch LCD display screen, which is what you're looking at right now, and 15 speakers, because this one is set up with the Mark Levinson package here. And so before I go any further, let's test out that sound system. I want to see what it has going on here, and of course test out the overall clarity as well.
Will you come with me? Won't you come with
I gotta say, I'm not an old fan of that old school monkeys, but the Mark Levinson audio system actually made it sound pretty freaking good. If I had this car, I might get into that kind of thing, but I gotta say there was a ton of bass. The clarity was excellent. Mark Levinson has an amazing sound system. One of the best I've ever heard, quite honestly. Anyways, everything on that screen can be controlled using the buttons just to the right of the shifter. So if I press the menu button there, there's gonna be a ton of other things I can view on this screen, like climate control. There's also Lexus App Suite, where you can view things like sports, weather, stocks, a bunch of other stuff. You can also check information like traffic reports if you wanted to. And of course, when you put this one in reverse, there is a reverse camera as well with grid lines. So when you turn the steering wheel, the screen is going to show you where you're heading so you don't go running anything or anyone over. So that's always great. And that always leads me into safety. So to start, standard safety features on the ES350 come with 10 airbags, including front knee airbags for both the driver and the passenger. There is a pre-collision system with pedestrian detection to help you not run over people, which is always good. There's lane departure alert with steering assist, intelligent high beams, which means when you have your high beams on and the car's coming in the opposite direction, it's going to switch down the low beams for you automatically, so you don't blind any oncoming drivers, of course. Then there is the high-speed dynamic radar cruise control, which reduces the throttles and brakes for you when a car in front of you does so. That's pretty cool. There is, of course, your normal vehicle stability control and traction control. And last thing I wanted to mention on this one is there is a vehicle proximity notification system, which emits a tone from the speakers mounted near the rear bumper to alert whoever's behind you. So if there's somebody skateboarding across the back of your car, it's going to basically yell at them and tell them to move. Not sure if that was a good example or not, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to check me out on all this stuff I'm going to put on the bottom of the screen right there. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold.